We've had a driving rainstorm make its way through the plains, and it definitely is going to be a factor here this afternoon at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Here we go, team.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the
I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, long. Open man is Ayuk, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners, if they can convert the extra point, they'll grab the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
27 yards.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsay. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Fred Warner in on the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
Faking the give to Lindsay. Here's Locke. He'll find Lindsay here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, Nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On the carry.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Lock. Open man Hamler, that's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's 4th down.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. They're going with Lindsey. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Long now. On 3rd down, on the screen, this is Coleman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And Kittle catching the slant. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 36 yards on the play. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Long toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
Here's Long. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle. His first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
For San Francisco.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
8
yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The kick by Gold is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
The Broncos take over first.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Lock on the give. It's Lindsey. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Lindsey. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Locks throw caught by Sutton, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
The ball carrier.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Rolling to his right. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now Michelle. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Sony Michel.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Locke working out of the gun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Locke. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the 1st. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
To 2nd and goal.
And that's a major league loss of yardage and probably loss of momentum. You're snapping the ball at the 1-yard line before you suffer that big loss.
Yeah, you think of losing any yardage from the 1 is bad. To go that far back, that's a disaster.
And I think the play calling
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Philip Lindsay with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now Long, off the play fake. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
On 3rd down. Gates, and he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Off the play fake. Long. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
This is our time. Our time.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Long. He'll fire this deep for... And this is caught. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Niners 24, Broncos 12.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Shotgun snap to Lock. Flushed out right. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Lock. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked by Emmanuel Mosley, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
They'll take over first.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They'll start with the option. A throw out wide here, caught by Pettis. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. 26 yards on the play there. So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. From the gun, long. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Right side catch. This is Gates. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Operating from the gun. Long. And he fires one, but incomplete. And the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They'll run it with Coleman. Going absolutely nowhere. They'll wind up losing a yard or two. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. From the gun, long. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
To throw is long. To throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Long. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Long. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Third down.
Operating from the gun. Long. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game. And
if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number one was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
Pick up at 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Lindsey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
On the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
From the gun, block. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
53, 53, check 53. Check.
Into the hands of Pettis. It's a jet sweep. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
And it's third down.
Operating from the gun. Long. Finds his target. It's Gates. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 13 yards there and a Niner first. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more there and another first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
The 49er first down.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And he gets it down to the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Long, throwing on first down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2. At the Broncos' 16-yard line.
This is Coleman. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Coleman now. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Stepping up, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd and 9, Locke, screen pass to Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And that will be incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
They'll go for it. It's Locke. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
46-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Locke. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The 29-yard line.
From the 29, Locke. He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Well, he's done his part, Charles, no doubt about that. Maybe he's going to go over to the sideline now and tell this defense, hey, let's go, step up.
And if they do, they've got a chance because right now he's become a force that hasn't been stopped from his side. 3 touchdowns rushing already, eager for more. If they get any type of stops, we've got a heck of a game on our hands.
Now Locke. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further.
30, Broncos 20.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Over 1st and 10. at their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He'll fire this deep for Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 75 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
KJ Hamler, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Block off of play action. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, block. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but it'll be 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there.
Operating from the gun. Block. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
I'm coming after you. Mark's 56. Mark's 56. Here we go, D. 61. Matchbox, right. Here I come again.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Coleman. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The ball carrier.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
They'll run on 1st down. Coleman, he is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They will run again with Coleman. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, Gates, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Lindsey. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Philip Lindsey, the ball
Give him
carrier.
5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
38-yard line.
They fake the handoff, now lock. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for San Francisco, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.